Alright, so I realized that I haven't kept my word and posted videos on a regular basis, but I've been super busy and I decided to do a quick video tonight. Hopefully it'll be a quick video. I'm kind of sleepy, so I may keep it super short. My eyes are gonna go from here to there because I'm not used to being in front of a camera. So I can see myself here, which is good. And I can't see myself when I look in that direction, so I'm probably going to be looking here instead of here. So just excuse me, excuse the lighting. I'm working on getting new equipment, but neither here nor there. So lately I've been getting my ass kicked energetically. Well, this has been happening for a couple of years now, but it subsided for a while, and it unfortunately has started back. So, and with me getting my ass kicked energetically, it kind of forced me into another awakening. And I wanted to do a video on a spiritual awakening, or just an awakening in general, because most people experience some sort of awakening and they don't know what it is. And since this is my third one, this is my third one, and I'm going through this one completely conscious, and the second one I went through conscious too, I was able to recognize, like, okay, this is about to happen and I'm about to go to this level and da 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 da, and I didn't freak out like I did the first and the second time. So I wanted to give everyone a little tidbit on what's an awakening and really focus on a spiritual awakening. And because I talk too much, I wrote me some notes so I don't go all the way to Mars with the awakening. And hopefully my phone doesn't ring. So what is an awakening? And awakening is just simply becoming more conscious of, or more aware of a thing. So right now I'm dealing with a spiritual awakening, but I'm also going through a technology awakening. I'm becoming more aware and more knowledgeable of technology. I'm awakening to that world. So we have different inner worlds, outer worlds, and universal worlds. So you can awaken to each one of those. Like, you got the music world, television world, all of these different worlds. So that's in a nutshell what's an awakening. We've been going through awakening our whole lives, but this is the first time in history that humans are able to experience an awakening consciously. And excuse me while I'm stuttering, excuse me. So, gay y'all that. That's the definition of it. So normally, awakening is triggered by some type of an event, or it can be drug induced, or it can be spiritual work that you're doing yourself, or someone can be doing work on you. A drug induced spiritual awakening is kind of like when you do LSD and you get the colors and it's like acid and da 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 da. That's like kind of like an awakening, because you go into a part of your mind that you've never been before. But I'm gonna focus more so on an awakening that happens when an event is triggered, and when I can edit that out, when it's triggered by an event. Typically this event is some type of tragedy, like a death or a loss of a job, the end of a long relationship, like the end of twin flames or soul mates, car accidents, the onset of a really bad disease like cancer or something, that triggers an awakening. And shortly after the onset of that event, you have a period where you kind of question where you fit in life. Like, okay, where am I? What am I going through? Why am I here? What's the meaning of life? What's the purpose of life? All of that stuff. So that phase normally lasts about a month. And then so from there, you go into like a downward spiral of depression. And while you're in this depression, everything that you know and everything that you have falls apart. You lose your money. That's the first thing you do is lose all your goddamn money. Your money goes, then your friend goes. Your body leaves you, and you're in this really deep, dark pain that you've never experienced before. And it's almost like the pain kind of feels nothing like, oh, I have this ache in my soul because I lost a person that I love. It's almost like I have this ache in my soul and it feels like it's coming from the pits of hell type of pain. And you stay in that place anywhere from a few months to a few years. And the time length depends on how much you let go and how fast you let go. Right? Let me go to my notes to make sure I got it all, what I want to say here. Oh yeah, too. While you're getting triggered, you kind of think about death a lot, and your perspective begins to shift. It's almost like you go into the thought mind, or the state of mind of, I don't even want to do the things that I'm doing anymore. I'm not even attracted to the same people I used to be attracted to. I don't even want to hang out with the same friends. It's like you're detaching from yourself, but you're in like this deep darkness. All right. Also here, you basically begin to lose all of your attachments, all of your material attachments, all of your attachments. It's almost like you're playing Jenga. You know, the game Jenga, where you have all of the pieces. The pieces are your attachments. And you've been playing it, and you've been moving this piece and moving that piece because you got a goal or where you're trying to get. And all of a sudden, here comes life, and it snatches one piece out and everything collapses. That's what they call the dark night of the soul. That's the depression that you're in, and everything that's familiar and everything that you know, including your identity, is just gone. And you're like, what the fuck just happened to my life? And then something beautiful happens when you're in this period. You begin to transform. You're still in a depression, but your ass is transforming. And as you're transforming, it looks like you're still dying, so to speak, because your body is reshaping. Disease is very prevalent at this time because you're in the darkness and your mind is on darkness, and that's all that's getting released into your body. But it's getting released in order for you to push it out. And so a lot of people have high blood pressure during this time, high cholesterol, diabetes will pop up at this time, cancer can pop up at this time, glaucoma, diabetes, I don't know if I said that, but those are the major ones. Oh, and candida. Candida will come like thunder and kick your whole holy ass during this whole time. But again, it's a process for you to push out and go through. Most people get stuck here and they don't push through. They like, oh, I'm depressed, let me go to the doctor and I need a shot of some shit that's gonna kill me some more, instead of just pushing through. Because they don't realize that they're in an awakening. They think that, life is over for them. Also too, in this time, your body, you will either gain an obscene amount of weight or you will lose an obscene amount of weight. I lost an obscene amount of weight very rapidly. A lot of it was because I changed my diet and I was detoxing, but some of it was just now I lost so much because I released so much. I just allowed everything to go. I was like, hey, have it all. You can take it. I don't want it. You want my body, take it too. Just let me get out this pain. Okay? All right. So that's the dark night of the soul. So recap. We began with you get the trigger, you get the little small afterthought, like where's my perspective, and then you go to the dark night of the soul, or into your depression, your spiral down, which lasts anywhere from, like I said, 3 months to years. So now I come back to that thought. So next, to keep myself on track, let's see. So that's what the body's doing. Let's go to the mind, because that's where I love to spend my time, in the mind. All right, so then let's get into the mind. And this is the part that I love. I'm a mind person, background in psychology, so I'm all into the mind things. So if it's a true spiritual awakening, you're going to experience a lot of things consciously. And one of the first things you'll experience is extremely lucid dreams. The dreams will be horrible. They'll be horrific. They're not going to be nice. It's going to be a lot of violence, a lot of death, a lot of destiny altering images that will burn a hole in your mind, make you question everything about life. Past lives will also come up, and it'll be a sprinkle of good stuff here and there to show you the potential of where you could go, but ultimately it's showing you what your subconscious has been doing, you and your subconscious have been doing for quite a while, and also your past lives and your ancestors, things of that nature. If you are fortunate, and I say fortunate, if you are fortunate, you will go deeper. You will go even past the nightmares, and actually where your body begins to move in sync with your dreams, and you'll go into the depths of your soul and kind of just clean and purge, because the mind is doing exactly what the body is doing. So if you having, let's say, a lot of fear dreams, I could guarantee that you have an influx of candida, because that's what the mental of candida is, fearful dreams, just a lot of fear in your mind, and that's how it's purging and it's coming out. And I'll do a whole nother video on that. I don't want to spend too much time because I'll start talking too much. But I'm got my script, my paper, so I don't go too far. I wrote this out. I didn't get this off the internet. I did it myself because I went through it. So second is you'll begin to have a lot of synchronicities. So you'll think about a person and you'll probably see them the next day at the mall, or you'll think about a person and 2 seconds later you'll get a text message from them. And a lot of those coincidences will start happening, or you're like, oh, I want to get a job here. And then next thing you know, you will see that they're hiring. Those are called synchronicities. And the reason why you're seeing those synchronicities is because you are cleaning and you're purging out. Your soul is releasing, your body is releasing, and you're able to align more with your inner self, your higher self, or God, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you're doing that. So, and this happens regardless of what your religion is, what you believe. If you're a human being, if you're an animal, anything, you go through an awakening. Your dog do it, your cat do it, your mama do it, everybody damn do it. So whatever, don't comment a text message about no religious stuff. So synchronicities. And then the cool part, which everyone loves, but they don't love the other stuff that come with it, is your spiritual gifts begin to develop. You start to see colors. I'm gonna try to stop saying You start to see colors. And then I did it again. Your hearing kind of comes in. You may have more of your psychic abilities begin to heighten. And I'm talking, people get weirded out at that, so I'm gonna stop at that. So you're still in this depression state, but you're also ascending at the same time. So it kind of looks like this, like you're being separated. Like if you try to remove the egg yolk from the egg white, how it kind of looks like nasty separation. So the little white part, it's not part is down, but the egg is up here. So you're the yolk, and the stuff you need to let go is down here, and that's the pull. You're ascending and separating at the same time. And this is when your body begins to do more stuff. You start to have deeper sensations, but they're called ascension symptoms. And these are worse than the diseases. It's like, because you'll feel like you're dying, but then you go to the doctor and they're like, "There's nothing wrong with you." But you're like, wait a minute, my nose is running, I got a headache, I got a stiff neck, and all of this other stuff is going on. And I can do a separate video on ascension symptoms if you want me to. I can do that. You're feeling dizzy, all of this stuff, and you go to the doctor and there's nothing wrong. And that's because it is nothing wrong. Your body is just releasing and you're moving to a higher level, and you can't detect that. Only a spiritual person will be able to detect that. Someone who does Chinese medicine, they will be able to detect that. Western medicine, that's just something that they don't have. They don't look at the whole. They only look at the body. They're not looking at the mind and the spirit at the same time. So you have to go to a practitioner that looks at everything that's going on, okay? So you can get the best treatment, because you want something to kind of help you through your digestive system in this period will go awry. and you really want something for your anxiety, like you really want to give you some natural stuff for your anxiety, because it's gonna kick it up a whole notch. So, am I done with the dark part? I said that. So, if you're in this period, it's not like you're gonna have dark days every day. It's gonna be days where you feel completely fine. Like, yeah, I'm cool. Like, girl, I don't know what was going on. I'm tripping. And then all of a sudden, you're back into this depression. And again, it can teeter-totter anywhere from a month to 3 or 4 years. That's just how intensive it is. And it really depends on how much you're willing to let go. If you're a person that can let go, you're gonna move on. But if you're a person that clings to things, like you have a lot of attachments, then it's gonna be harder for you to move through that period. And then, so how do we shift to the next one? I talked about that. You have a push and pull. You have a lot of anxiety. You'll get to a point to where you have almost like what I like to call I call it like energetic vomit. It's like you have like a mental vomit day, to where like you're so overwhelmed, you're so anxious, you're in such a panic, and then all of us, your mind is doing all of this stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, fuck it, I let go. You can have it, I don't care. You let completely go of everything. That's called your breaking point, or you're at that threshold of the next level. And when you let go, it's almost like you can feel the release, you can feel the let go, and then things start working out. Things start coming through. It's like as soon as you just push, like, I don't care no more. Have your little mental vomit and go on. But mental vomit is just a panic attack. And so basically that let go point is you surrendering. And the thing about surrendering, people kind of feel like, well, I don't want them to be my master. I ain't going to be no slave. You want to surrender to your fears. You want to surrender to your anxieties. You want to let go, because the more you feed it, the more you give it resistance, the more power you give to it. The more you just say, okay, I don't give a fuck. It gives it no power. So you're able to, it really is like it gives you more control. Okay? I can explain that later too, because I didn't feel like I said that good, but I'll say it good later, because I feel like I'm talking too much. I'm reading my paper and whatnot. I was trying not to read my paper. Okay. And so when you surrender, you move up just a little bit. Okay, so people think that, okay, I'm gonna raise my vibration and so say what you want is here. Everybody want money. So say your prosperity thing is here and you down here, and you don't went through all of this awakening, and you don't went through all of this stuff, and you don't hit your breaking point. You don't go from here to here. Your ass go from here to there. Okay, it's a whole process. You got to keep going up and working your way up, and you go through an awakening. There's cycles of death. You go through death cycle, death, until you reach here. And that again can take you anywhere from 3 months to 3 years to 6 years to 18 years. It just depends on you and how much work you're putting in, which will take me to my next point. If I wrote it down, I might have even wrote it down. What I said. And so since you have moved up a degree, you feel like you can conquer the world. You're like, you know what? I made it. You have this new perspective. You have new ideas. You're not with the same people. You're meeting new friends. Hopefully you're meeting new friends. Kind of doing different things, but it's still pieces of the old you inside of you, or whatever. And because you have this new found connection to spirit, it's like, ooh, it's more out there. Ooh, I am an X-Men, or ooh, I am a Power Ranger. I am all of these things, and you go into a time period of bliss. You're like, what? This is amazing. All this time, I've had all of this potential that I didn't even know about. No one told me about it. And you were so heightened and you're so intense, and then you hit stagnation. Yes. So you go from extreme depression to bliss to being stagnant as hell. And the reason why we go into stagnation is basically because your mind and your body went through a whole lot. And it was a lot to process at one time. And so the mind needs time to assimilate everything. It's almost like if you're going through school and you're in the 6th grade and you go back and you help your younger brother or your younger sister with their 3rd grade homework. When you look at it, you know, it's like, oh, this 3rd grade, I can add 2 plus 2. I know that's 4. It's easier to you. So it's like the brain is assimilating all that knowledge because you're going to continue to graduate. You're going to continue on your path. Hopefully you continue on your journey. So you just graduated to a new level and you need to assimilate all of that information. And then when you get to the next level, you can look back and like, oh, okay, well, I understand the colors. I understand the synchronicities. I understand all of these things now because you graduated. Okay. So that's what that stagnation period is for. But a lot of people, again, continue to panic because they don't understand what's going on and they want to, quote unquote, tone their awakening back on. Well, how do I become powerful again? I don't feel powerful like I can make it rain or make it the sun or the moon do some things. I can't do that anymore. You can still do it. Your mind is just trying to understand what the hell happened. All right. And so after you go into stagnation, you still have chunks of your old self with you. You're still there. And it's almost like, again, it's this push and pull between, do I still go and hang out with my partner then? Or do I go in to the bookstore or whatever it is you do? I don't know what you do. Or should I go to a museum? Or what should I do now different? It's like, I still like the old fuckery, but I don't really want to do the fuckery no more because I understand it's no low level. I want to do something a little higher now, but you kind of don't know what to do. During that time, you will have what they call the death of your ego. And typically, this is another tragic event. No, not necessarily tragic. I would say life-changing event because during childbirth, you'll have that experience. A car accident will make you have that experience. Anything that makes you have deep gratitude, where you just like, man, I am so thankful that I'm here. I'm so thankful that I got the opportunity to try again and to live again and to do this again. That's the death of your ego. And again, that happens after stagnation. And then the last phase is the new ego. You begin to create the new you. A lot of times I think people believe that they're just gonna wake up and be a new person, or wake up and be an actress, or wake up and be, it was a spirit of that, that's what I did that. Or wake up and be something. And to be a new you means to create a new you, which means you live with intention. You intentionally get your ass up and pick new friends. You intentionally get up and study what you're interested in. You intentionally get up and live your life a different way. And that's how you become that new person. It doesn't just happen. So in a nutshell, that's a spiritual awakening. Now the ha-ha is if you got to do another one. And unfortunately, I have to do several awakenings. And I can get more into what the second awakening is and the third and the fourth. And honestly, I would like to mirror it with the Bible because all of this is written in the Bible. They just call it something different. They just call some different language, but same thing in a nutshell. And what I didn't get into is the part of the awakening where you lose your mind completely and you almost go into psychosis because you can't identify with anything that you knew before, including yourself, is not there anymore, and you really go into psychosis. A lot of people get their bipolar in this stage, they get their schizophrenia in this stage. They get their personality disorder in this stage. They get all of those things. And I want to really talk about how people get stuck here. And if you are in this stage, if you're feeling like, okay, I'm schizophrenic, because I done had to experience every last one. I done had to get pushed through schizophrenia, psychosis, bipolar, all of it, depression, mania, manic, all of them I had to experience, because that's just a part of what's on my journey because of what I'm going to do. But I will say this. With this awakening, I don't know what is going to happen to me on the other side. Y'all do not let me walk around in the city with my pants around my ankles under a bridge somewhere. Y'all come get me and take me somewhere to see somebody. Take me to the doctor, the shaman, the Bible, the pastor, Jehovah. Take me anywhere, but do not, man, don't have me out there like that time. Man, she was so pretty. Y'all remember when she was pretty? Don't do that. Like, come get me. I'm gonna need help. So that's the scary part about an awakening. You don't know what's on the other side, but you kind of, you put your brave suit on and know that you have divine protections, and you listen to your guides, and you get in tune with, you know, yourself. This girl called it your star player. You get in tune with your star player, and you go through it. So I hope you like. Please, what do they say do? Like, share, and subscribe. I'm new to this, so don't judge me. Like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. And I got one earring on, and I couldn't find the other. I did this for Pooh Bear because Pooh Bear told me I need to wear earrings or whatnot, but whatever. All right, hope y'all like it. Jaden, come do this. I'll do this. Okay, so y'all get to look at me a few more minutes while Jaden come and help me turn it out. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.